For 2 years, I carried my degree in a folder I was almost afraid to open, not because I was ashamed of it, because I was tired of watching people doubt it. The first time an interviewer asked whether my diploma was genuine, I laughed. I thought it was a joke. The second time, I stopped laughing. By the sixth interview, I knew something was wrong. I had graduated with good marks. I had the certificates. The university had records. I had professors willing to confirm everything. Still, somehow, every promising interview ended the same way: a polite smile, a vague promise to call. Then silence. I started changing everything: my resume, my clothes, the way I spoke. I wondered if I sounded arrogant, too nervous, too inexperienced. Maybe I was the problem. Then my father said something that stayed with me. "No one believes girls like you." I asked him what that meant. He shrugged. "You think a piece of paper makes you important." I should have recognized the cruelty in it. Instead, I went home and questioned myself again. That was the worst part. They didn't just interfere with my career, they made me doubt my own memory. For 2 years, I kept trying. And for 2 years, I kept failing in ways I couldn't explain, until one evening, an old classmate called me. She sounded uncomfortable. She told me that someone had contacted a company where I had interviewed, someone claiming to be a relative, someone who said my degree was fake. My stomach turned. I already knew who it was. I asked my father. He didn't deny it. He simply said, "I'm protecting people from hiring someone who isn't qualified." I stared at the phone. "You know it's real." Silence. Then he said, "People like you always think you're better than the family." That was when I understood. This wasn't about my degree. It wasn't about protecting anyone. They wanted me to remain the version of myself they could control. I stopped arguing. I stopped explaining. I stopped asking them to believe in me. And I applied for one final position. I didn't tell my parents. The company was larger than any place I'd applied to before. The interview was with the CEO himself. I expected another polite rejection. Instead, he picked up my diploma. He looked at the university seal, then at my name. His expression changed. He looked at me again. "Where did you get this?" I told him. He turned the diploma over carefully. "This isn't fake." My throat tightened. I almost laughed. Not because it was funny, because I had spent 2 years hearing the opposite. The CEO leaned back. "Your last name," he said quietly. "Is it possible you're related to Daniel?" I nodded. "My father." The room became strangely quiet. The CEO looked down at my resume, then back at me. "I know your father." My hands went cold. He explained that my father had once worked with someone connected to the company, and suddenly, several pieces fell into place: the calls, the warnings, the anonymous concerns about my qualifications. The CEO didn't accuse my father of anything immediately. He didn't need to. He simply said, "We'll verify everything ourselves." For the first time in 2 years, I didn't have to defend myself. The company contacted my university. They confirmed my degree. They checked my academic record. Everything was legitimate. A week later, I received an offer. I read it 3 times before believing it. Then I called my father, not to celebrate, not to punish him. I just wanted to hear his voice. He answered. I said, "I got the job." Silence. Then he asked, "Who hired you?" I told him. Another silence. This one felt different. He knew exactly who the CEO was. And he knew that the story he had spent 2 years telling people had finally reached someone who could verify the truth. He didn't apologize. Neither did my mother. I expected that to hurt more than it did. But something had already changed. For years, I had thought getting a job would prove them wrong. It didn't. The job proved something else. That I had been right about myself even when I had stopped believing it. I still have the diploma. It's framed now. Not because I need to prove it's real, because for 2 years, other people tried to make me question whether I was. My father was right about one thing. People don't always believe girls like me. Sometimes they believe whoever speaks first. But eventually, records speak. Facts speak. And sometimes, you walk into one final room carrying the same truth you've carried all along, and someone finally looks closely enough to see it. I didn't get revenge on my parents. I got my name back, and that was enough.